really. Hi, see my eye? This is the way I'm going to begin my live stream for those looking at it. You're going to see my eye like this. And should I do the whole stream this way and then go? You can catch my messages? Like, it's my Mercurial check-in today. It's a big Mercury and Gemini day because it's together with the sun. Did you catch that message? How about my eyebrow? Yeah. Let's see who jumps in on the live stream. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm doing here today. Hi, how's it going? Who's out there? Who's out there? What's happening? I got a different phone here, and they're giving me different things. Hi, Steffi G. Hello in chat. What's up? What's up? Let me see if I can get this the way it doesn't want there. I think it's like this. Hi. Today is May 29th, Thursday, my time. It's close to 12:49 p.m. Hello. Hey, Scorpio 6X. Amandita's here too. There's a rant in me. I can just jump into it right now, but I'm not going to do that. It's more of a check-in. I'm a little under the weather, so I don't know how long I can last and do this for, but I thought I'd pop in right now while I had the energy in me. We're in Gemini birthdays, and thankfully, we're in Gemini birthdays, and thankfully, we had a pretty good new moon, I would say, and Mercury being in Gemini, which we deserve. You have a hard time with that, you don't like Mercury and Gemini, you don't like anything Gemini, then you kiss my ass. I don't care. It tells me that you then need to learn more about Gemini. You need to walk into the fear of Gemini. So, hi, Laura, Ramondo, and Akaris. Good to see you in chat. So, anyway, those are some things on my mind. As I speak, we're in the middle of a Cancer moon. I'm already missing the Gemini moon, but we're in moody Cancer moon, and then but we're basically today the sun is at 8 degrees Gemini, and so is Mercury, and it's later tonight my time. I think it's 9:50 something Pacific time. That officially there'll be a sun Mercury conjunction, but we're pretty much there now. Thought I'd put a message out. I'd also like to say that for those who are not members of my channel and not Patreon members, I have a code, a 15% off code, my readings in celebration of Gemini stuff. The code is TWIN15 if you're interested. It's only going to last a week till June 6th. So I eventually, when I look at this stream, I will put that code TWIN15 in the comments. These are for my non-members, because if you're a member of my channel and Patreon member, you just discount code every month. So there's that. I just want to say that. Hi, Sarah in Eugene, Oregon. Hello. Had some good weather on the last 3 days here in the Pacific Northwest. We're getting some rain today, which is good. Well, good weather comes back. But I just want to say what's up to Sarah. Anyway, if you guys want to drop any Mercurial questions in chat, please do. I'll tell you. Hey, Helena, how's it going? Hi. I'll tell you, I don't know why I'm going to do this right now. It's not going to work. No, why does it do that? I've been looking at Pee Wee Herman's chart, and I did a story on this on my Instagram. If you're not watching the documentary, oh, hello. Oh, sorry about that. Helena, I can't tell I'm on mobile, so I can't tell. But thanks for the clarification, and I got it. Laura's in New York. Why did I see someone? No, I was acknowledging Sarah in Eugene, Oregon. And Sarah's having a Jupiter return. That's great. Yeah, if you guys have a chance, if y'all guys have a chance to watch this documentary, please do it. It's really good. I've been looking at his chart. We don't know his birth time. It's pretty amazing though, the Scorpio moon and the Mars moon and how it shows up in his world and everything else along with his Virgo sun. I will probably upload these. It just doesn't let me do what I want to do here. I will upload. This is total Gemini stream. I'll upload the reel that I did on Instagram on YouTube Shorts. So yeah, that's what's up. So a big Mercury day, big Mercury week. I think because of the last several months from early spring till now, what Mercury's had to go through, I'm just so happy that it's in Gemini, and I'm milking the last bits of Jupiter being in Gemini. Don't let people fool you out there. Astrologers who are saying, I can't wait for it to be done, or it sucks being in Gemini. Listen, if you catch any astrologer or any astrological profile that pretty much makes their bread and butter and money and gets their follows on like saying, this and this is horrible, who's with me? And then everybody piles in on the chat and they say how bad it is and they can't wait till Jupiter goes into Cancer because everything is going to be great then because Jupiter, it does well in Cancer. And it's like that type of mentality. The planets aren't doing things to you, people. Okay, they're not. They're not out to get you. There's not. It's just this mentality that drives me crazy. So I would really catch that. I would really experiment on your own to see whether a planetary transit is good for you or not, or it was. And that's subjective, right? Whether it's good for you or not. You might have people on paper have transits that look good, but they're in their life, it's not that way. So what the hell does that mean? You ever think about it that way? And what is the appearance if it wasn't good 10 months later was for your benefit? Different approaches of astrology. I think you get what I'm saying. Do not get caught up in threads on social media and stuff where someone's dissing on one sign and they pile in, or they're dissing on a planetary placement because in the old school way of thinking, this means this and you're fucked. You're not. So please, no matter if you're even listening to me, that if you're learning astrology and taking it in, you have to make your final judgment in the end. And it doesn't mean that your judgment and your meaning is for the masses. That's why I always do, when I talk about forecasting certain things, I'm always trying to show both sides of things. All right. So I'm seeing a bunch of people coming in chat. I'm waiting for some of you all. Wait a second. What does this say? It says, may your head and heart speak with one voice. Well, hell, that's some duality in a one place. That's perfect. I didn't even see this. Well, that's what's happening on this channel. So that's what's going on. Let me go through chat here because you all are throwing stuff. I think sometimes, listen, I'm gonna be real too with some of the people who follow me. The simpler, the better. Okay, so some things are like you've to go to school for, or for me to write a course of, or to read a book. So yeah, read a book. Read an article or a blog post that doesn't last 10 seconds, like that you actually spend time. I'm not blaming people out there. I'm just saying, yeah. Okay, so wake me from this. Good to see you here. Titi and X mixed the original context. It just changes on this stream. Joe G, hello. Good day to you. Titi and X says the events are occurring and sometimes they're just occurring. The worst year of my life was the best year of a friend's life. There you go. Violet, hi. From Cali. Your chart's activated. Good. -2. Do you think Mercury goes up to be Jupiter? Never. Nope, never. No. They could be pals, but Mercury's Mercury, Jupiter's Jupiter. Mercury doesn't have to grow up. That's the whole point. Jupiter wishes they could be Mercury. Anyway, that's I'm talking shit. Any suggestions, Joe G says, for a free or cheap astrology website to do your own chart and track your personal aspects? All right, so there's a bunch. There's a bunch to do this. My favorite is lately is AstroSeek, and just because of the I wish I was on a regular stream right now, but I'm going to do this the old school way here. Let's see. Is AstroSeek. You can go there. Astro.com is another. I like AstroSeek as of late. Certain things on the interface. Astro.com, though, is good because of AstroDNist, and that's the repository of charts that have confirmed birth times or not, and everyone's going to AstroDNist to get their birth times if they're there, even AstroSeek. And so that's a good place to do it. The other is Luna Software if you want to pay a little bit per month, and it's a friend of mine, Kevin. He's actually here in Portland. It's cloud astrology based software, so it's not an app. And I'll do this really quick. I should get a code from him, but there it is, Luna Astrology. I just saw him. He was at the conference. Look, he's got an even free workbook and guide. I actually know what that workbook and guide is. And I think it's pretty cheap, actually. The pricing per year is $60. It used to be 30 some. Sometimes there's codes. I think it's worth it. So anyway, there's to answer your question. Hey, Dina, you got it. Kazemi. That's why I'm streaming. And it doesn't give me the threshold that I want. Is there a Uranus Kazemi going on too? We had one kind of there. It's Mercury's moving away from Uranus. It was happening the weekend. A conjunction. Big Daddy's here. Solar system. Big Daddy of the solar system. Is that Jupiter or is that the sun, really? And let me keep going here in my chat. Violet's been using AstroSeek. Hey, Listenator, good to see you. Tara, good afternoon. In chat. In one sense, the dad, not really. Actually, no, it's taking messages, but you got to go look into Greek lore and to see how that's a whole nother thing. All right, let me make sure I say hi to everybody. Yeah, Saturn. Oh, that's right, Big Dad. How did I not catch that? Fucking Saturn. Cheers. All right, for those who don't know, as of today, for 1 week, for those who are not members to my channel, who are not Patreon members, I actually have a public discount code for celebrating my birthday. It's my birthday hasn't happened yet, so maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's in 10 minutes, maybe it's in 2 weeks. Anyway, the code is Twin15 on my basic readings on my site. I rarely put up the regular code for non-members because people who belong to my Patreon or are channel members usually get a code every month. You could book out, you could book whenever. The code's going to last a week until June 6th. It's Twin15. All right. I was at the Northwest Astrology Conference this past week and I had to leave early because I came down with something. There it is. I didn't get as many interviews as I wanted, but I got a few, and I'm working on some of those right now. Beautiful weather was there. It's good to see everybody. And meet new people. Yeah, and talk to some colleagues and friends and hearing what people are working down the pipeline is really exciting, and I can't wait to talk about some of those things with you. One of the things that's coming down the pipeline is a video. I'm trying to figure out when in the next couple weeks to publish, of a friend who we did a video together. I had her as a guest on my channel about something she's about to publish, and it was really cool. So that video is going to be coming along with some of those interviews. There's that. What else? Next year for the United Astrology Conference, the biggest astrology conference that happens, it's outside of Chicago during the month of September 26th, 2026. I am the director. I pretty much run the vendor room that's going to be there, the marketplace. There'll be like 45 to 50 different booths, of all different types of software companies, schools. Like I need to find some people who do jewelry, maybe some tarot card readers. This is in the Chicagoland area. The prices for that stuff hasn't gone up yet, but when it does, I'll let you know. But I'm the person to get a hold of to do that. Or if you were an astrologer and it wants to put an ad in the big conference program, that's me. I'm the person you talk to. All Mercurial stuff today I'm talking to you about. I have that to work on in the next year. There's a couple of little projects in the back end for it's going to take me a year to do that I'm involved in. Some other things. Okay, so what else? Let me look at chat. Beat Dizzy's here. I've been so fried. What planet is the Kazemi? It's just a Sun Mercury conjunction that's happened today. Is happening right now. Beat Dizzy. If you're like me, Mercury and Gemini, this is a huge day. So I didn't want to do a big live stream. I want to do someone that's surprising like this. And plus, I'm trying to do more verticals because on the back end, I'm a part of a YouTube testing program, creator program. And so there's little things sometimes they want you to do. And yeah, so okay, so hi Linda Calder. Hi. I don't want a green screen. It just did that. Okay, I don't want a green screen. Why does it do that? I don't want that anymore. Is it gonna stop? I don't want retouch. Oh shit. I gonna have to live with this? What the F is going on? There, please be done. That's it. So what's going on? Yeah, it's not my birthday yet, but let's just say happy birthday to all the Geminis, okay? Because they deserve it. Denise in the UK, hello, cheers. Cheers to you. I'm having some tea. Cheers. All right, let me go through this. I describe Saturn as grandpa and the sun as daddy, and Jupiter's a rich, fun uncle who picks you up in a fancy car. The Jupiter analogy is really good. I like that one. Hi, Leanne. Thank you for the healing witches. Linda Calder, they requested you provide a COVID test for Norwalk. Yeah, they do that every year. I don't know. Everyone has to take one. Doesn't mean you're not going to get it. There's nothing you could do. It's like you can take a test and it shows negative, and then you can get it 2 days later. That's just how life is. One can choose to wear a mask or not. There's colds going around these days, new variant of COVID. There's all types of stuff. It's a effing world. It's just what it is. And then you take care of yourself. So, okay, so Violet is saying happy birthday to Tara. So, Tara, if I didn't see it was your birthday, happy birthday. Now I know why people are saying happy birthday in chat. Tara Gemini, yes. Feliz cumple. All right. Nicholas, I've been wanting to ask you what it is about you that you love Pluto. Why wouldn't anybody like Pluto? What's the question? What's the delineation here? What is the mystery here? Why wouldn't you want to be connected to that type of archetype at least some point in your world? Why wouldn't you want to deal with a long-term purging that leads to regeneration and puts you in power positions, but also puts power over you? Why run? The funny thing is you can't run. And you can't run from anything in the astrology world planet-wise. You're given the transits that you're given to the chart that you have and the progress chart that you have and the perfection, whatever damn technique that you want, you have that you use. It is what it is. I can understand if someone doesn't like it and says this sucks and I wait for it to get through, but give whatever it is a chance. I love Pluto because when I work with clients, the type of situations that do come up at certain times with clients and the type of work I'm able to do with them, from Saturnian work and the Pluto work, if that is the case, I've seen really good things happen. And so it's prominent in my chart. and I love it. As a matter of fact, I love every single planet in my chart and placement in my chart, regardless of what I think it says. If it doesn't, the dignity in my chart, the final dispositor, the south node, all of it, I love it. What am I supposed to do but love it? Come to terms with it. There's times I can look at parts of my chart, like my south node in Leo for a long time. I hate it, but what am I going to do? I can't change it. I could change it on the program. What? You have what you have. You were fated. You were fated with your chart. I love Pluto. Always a good chance to work with shame and guilt. All right, so saying that, there ain't no cons. All right. Linda Calder, were there any no-shows at Norwalk? There was people who showed and people who watched online. That's what the hybrid conference was. So, but yeah, there's some people who were worried about coming through the border, and there's no problems. Everyone who showed up, who traveled over the border, had no problems coming through. So I don't know. There's the cool thing about Norwalk is you can go in person, you can watch online. All right, so yeah, it's fine. Testing was fine. People, that's why they do it. It doesn't make everything fail safe, but all right. Hi, Queen Victor. And moon sprouts in here. Pluto's on your ascendant. Yeah. We got Pluto and Scorpio, a Pluto on the ascendant. Oh, I love talking to you all. I love you as my clients. Anybody with Pluto in the first house, please talk to me. I love talking with you. I love getting in there with you because you're so used to it, and that's how you came into the world. Please talk to me. By the way, if you haven't heard, I got a code that lasts a week for my non-members. It's Twin 15. If you get a session from me. Pluto people. Pluto and Scorpios, talk to me. Geminis, it's your birthday month. Talk to me. Let's talk. Got an interesting year. We had Jupiter and Gemini for a year. Was it really all that bad? Is Jupiter and Cancer going to be better for the Cancers? I don't want to hear that bullshit. People have what they have. I'll tell you though, having a Jupiter and Gemini transit, if you're Gemini ascendant or Gemini, with Saturn and Pisces squaring it, oh, I think you're going to learn to appreciate this if you haven't already. You're going to miss it. You're going to miss having Saturn helping you here, no matter how hard the positioning was. Remember, just look at your chart. Gemini part of your chart, go look at the Pisces part of your chart and the connection between the two. It's pretty much one of the big themes in the last year in astrology, and especially if you're a Pisces or a Gemini, right? So again, I'm going to miss this transit. I'm really going to miss it. But talk to me out there if you're one of these people. All right. So, Laura was born during Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Was that the one in the early 80s in Libra? Oh yeah, 83. I was right. Okay. Catherine's in the house. Thinking about things differently saved my ass today. Said a little thank you to Mercury and Gemini. Hell yeah. You're welcome. Not me, but to Hermes. Got second house Jupiter. Denise in here. Pluto's there for us. All the planets are. And they're not, and they just are. A listener, do you add asteroids to astrology? I used to. I still use them, but I don't make them a prominent thing of my chart and my readings. Sometimes I do. I used to use the big four. Besides Chiron, I used to use, Vesta, Pallas, Athena, Ceres, and Juno. I'm kind of back into it again. It's been a big trend again, the asteroids. I think it's interesting. Got to thank Demetra for this one because if she didn't make it back a trend, people wouldn't do it from a lot of the clickiness in the astrology world the last 15 years of everybody jumping in on traditional astrology and the dogmatism that they tend to have or did have, but I don't want to look at anything else. But everybody forgets that Demetra is the master of this and asteroids, and it's more about the archetypes and the stories for me. I don't use them because at times they can confuse the chart. There are other astrologers out there. You watch it. If you see an astrologer that specifies in this, and doesn't blast you with information, but specifies on several asteroids, and it's that kind of reading, I'm like, go there. If it's like, oh, we're going to talk about 20 asteroids in your chart, I'm like, okay, but it's too much information. So when you're working with asteroids, it has to call to you in a certain way. Asteroids, especially when they're conjunct planets in your chart, are great flavor seasoning to your planet placements in your chart. So for me, I have a Sun Ceres conjunction, right? So for me, Ceres is a big asteroid. Privately, I've done my research on it, know what it is, and it does color in my Gemini sun. So those are the ways to work with it. I don't necessarily, like, if someone books a reading, like, I want to talk about these asteroids, I'm like, that's not my thing. I can, but you won't get that with somebody who specifies in that. Again, Dimitri's courses on asteroids are really good. There's a Ceres symposium that's happening that I was looking at today. It was this one. It's called Ceres Symposium. It's donation only. Andrea Michelle's running it. This, you see 25 to 100, but you could see here, it's Gray Crawford, Jason Hawley. There's Jason Hawley. Julia Simons from Australia. She's amazing. There's Gray. There you see Faye Blake. I love her work. Sol Johansson out of Europe. She's super cool, Aquarius. Donation only, half an hour lectures on Ceres. So funny you asked this question, but they're half an hour lectures on Ceres, donation only. Check it out. Let me go through the questions. Hi, anybody joining in? What's up? I can't believe I'm making it this long with a stuffy nose. Okay, Elicinator, the other asteroids and hypotheticals, that's not my thing. That's not my thing. Yeah. All right, Queen Victor, Pluto energy. Get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Terrace, I like that quote. That's a good one. That's me. That's the way I look at life. I'll throw a fit and then get over it. Some people stay in the fit. Let's see. Let me go through this. Oh my God, another wow. You guys are talking here in chat. Patrick, what's up, homie? I had to leave early, dude. I had to leave early. But Patrick here in chat is an amazing astrologer. He is one of the pillars in the bookstore at Norwalk. Him and I have been talking about maybe doing something. Patrick, we're going to get to this. We do. I had to commit. Come on, like, Patrick, if we do it, it's got to be on camera. Anyway, Patrick sold 2 books to me this weekend at Norwalk. This is on Revelor Press. This was a book here, Similitude of Nature. You could see it here. You could check it out. It's a translation. I'm seeing your handwriting in here, Patrick, on your receipt. These old school receipts crack me up. It's just these receipt styles. But it's on the images of the 8th celestial sphere. And so it's an edition and translation of material from the Devium Opus de Magia de Disciplina. It sounds very Italian. So anyway, it's a translation, and it's really talks about the images of the planets, etc., etc. You can go to Revelor Press and you can see this. The other book I got, speaking of Pluto, was Rosie Finn, an astrologer out of Olympia, who wrote an interesting Plutonian book here, and it's called Persephone's Revolution. Gray Crawford, if you go to Gray Crawford's YouTube channel, he does a interview with Rosie, who's a longtime astrologer in Olympia, one of his former teachers. And I picked up this book because I can get it in person. And there's astronomy in here and some history, but it's a Pluto book. And it says Pluto's Path to the End of an Empire. All right. That, I don't know what press this is. This is on Revelor too, Jen Zart's a publishing house out of Olympia. Hi, Patrick. Sedna. Got a Sedna user. Here we go. I don't know how long I can go now. Small mobs in the house. What's up? All right, I got through the rest of the chat. So hey, so that's what's up. I came to announce a coupon code that's gonna last a week. If you want to get a session from me, you're a non-member. It's Twin15. Okay. I'm hopefully have my bearings and my voice and my body back in the next week to do a stream. I didn't want to let a Mercury Sun conjunction go away. The other thing is, you don't have to give me money, but there's a way to donate on here on these live streams and bits. You could see, I gotta go pull up my other phone and see what the hell this looks like. I'm gonna do a total Gemini thing here. I'm gonna watch my own stream on another phone while I'm on the phone streaming. Is that what I'm doing? Uh, I could pull this up on the computer, but I want to know. Oh, okay. It says Mercurial Roads Cross. Check it, and there I am. I could pull this up on the computer, but I want to know. Oh, okay. It says Mercurial Roads Cross. Check it, and there. Cross checking duality. I could pull this up on the computer, but I want to know. Oh, okay. It says Mercurial Roads Cross. Check it, and there. Cross checking duality. I could pull this up on the computer, but I want to know. There's a way to tip on these live streams, and I need to turn this down. If you're watching on mobile, where the hell is it? They're not making this easy. I don't know how to do. I'm looking for how can somebody super chat me and drop in a donation. And usually there's a money, but oh, it's not showing me because I'm on my own my own channel. I'm doing the ultimate mercurial fucking with myself here. So, Tiffany P, welcome. So anyway, that's what's going on there. Yeah, I'm gonna take the time while I'm sick here to work on stuff in the background. I have some interviews that I mentioned earlier. I didn't get enough at Norwalk, but I got a couple, and I got some ones that are coming out that I did before I went to Norwalk with two other astrologers. One to help promo an amazing book that's coming out, another one on a particular transit that's coming out with a really great astrologer on the other side of the world. Those are coming soon. They'll be published. Hey, listen, here's the reality. There is these are tough times and financially for a lot of people. So, it's a thing in the astrology business. There's so many of us who are studying and some who are trying to be astrologers, some who have been like me, some who've been have established businesses. I'm in the in-between space, I'd say. I'm growing my business, and I know it's going to take a long time, but I think there's a slowdown happening in the astrology world financially for people. And so, listen, you've been thinking about becoming an astrologer and you have a really good plan. I'm not going to say not for you to do it, but you better have a second, third income source. I don't see the money around like it was before because of COVID and what came out afterwards. And I think people are starting to get more discerning about where they put their money, whether it's a school or a webinar or something, even with astrologers and practitioners, So I've count myself very fortunate. I'll be honest, my clientele, the way it happens in huge waves. I'll do like a wave, like it just happens, and then there's nothing, and then boom, another wave. So for me right now, my strategically is to give myself some time here in the month of June I try to change a little bit of artwork and these things I've been wanting to do for a while logistically on the back end for my business as an astrologer, because it is the only thing that I do. Any other income source that I have is connected to the astrology world too, because I've helped with organizations and conferences, but I don't have no other job. I'm a professional astrologer and I've gotten to this point, and YouTube's been a big part of it. So for me, I don't really ask money, like, please give me money. But at the same time, if it's a reading or you send somebody my way or you share my video or you hit up with a super chat on the stream here, like $2, all these things add up and I could keep doing what I'm doing. But, not to be a downer, but after talking with a lot of astrologers lately and being here at the conference, these are tight days. And if certain realities are coming, if it hasn't hit certain people in the astrology world, or people who wanting to become a professional astrologer. And so I'm just being real with you, and you're out there, if you feel like you need to get the testing or some sort of accreditation or whatever else, remember, you can always message me, and I'm not teaching my own course right now. And if I do, it's just going to be a bigger beginner's one, maybe next year. But besides that, if it's something else and you're farther than that, I would support you to go get a more formal schooling or education, or if even it's a business type of class of knowing how to run a business and all that kind of stuff, please do it. But know the reality. Finances aren't what they used to be for many people. And, be smart about the steps that you're going to take if you're doing this, right? Or whatever practice that you have, Don't go quitting your job if you don't have the established something already, is what I'm saying too. Okay. So saying that, let me look through that dollar sign next to the chat box. Thanks, buddy. Let me look through here before I head out. My goal is to make it to Norwalk next year. Totally. Next year is an interesting year because we have two massive conferences within 90 days. Some people won't make it to UAC in Chicago in September. Norwalk's the one to do. If you're going to have to pick, it's up to you. But it's always a good conference. It's always there, and it's always cool and intimate, and you meet people and very sociable, and everybody's friendly. And someone did throw a super chat on me here, and I'm trying to and I can't look to see where it is. Somebody, I'm seeing it. Oh, all right. It's on the phone here. Yeah, no, I'm drinking tea. Wake me from this. Reality's helpful. Reality's unavoidable. Pedal Dime Shift with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I like these colors that it chooses. Thank you so much. That is gonna buy me avocados and a bag of groceries here tomorrow, and a carton of eggs. Pedal Dime Shift, thank you for the support. Again, Twin15 is my discount code for 1 week only for my non-members, so on and so forth. I'm not trying to do this anymore. I did it for a while in my practice, sliding scales or payment packages. Somebody's really hurting, they can email me, and we could set up a 2 to 3 payment system. I've done this with people where they're paying the regular rate, and then they go, I can only pay this amount at one time, and I could pay this in a month or whatever. I go, and then we work it out. But that has to do with email conversations, the establishment of trust. I still do that. I just don't advertise it. Paradigm Shift, appreciate you in the super chat. All right. I'm going to wind this up. Amazing in chat says, wow, just wow. At 61 years old, I have to say that being the astrology is a spiritual tool. If you want to make money, get off the crude oil business or become a tech expert. I think you have better chances of making money in the crypto scene than the astrology. But that's an interesting thing. Amazing. I think the business has exploded. It's there. You have to have a plan, and you have to have a certain type of discipline and things, and you got to be real, and I'm even gonna here soon gonna spend more money on more training and take more classes for myself, and that's always an ongoing thing. Hey, Jenny's a channel member. I missed you today. I'm hanging in there. I'm kind of winding up the stream here. So for me, I'm very fortunate because I get to help people with one-on-one consultations, and it will be my thing. But you have to think about other income revenue in the astrology world besides doing readings, I think. And, whether you have classes, of course, PDFs, certain things you sell, merch, like I want to have, I haven't turned ads on my channel, and I could do this, but I haven't, because the more y'all donate on super chats and all that, I'm not going to do ads on my channel, on my YouTube channel. But you got to have several different income sources coming in for your astrology business. That's just what I believe. So, but if you could pull readings off as most of the things, I mean, that's great. That's what I'm doing in one sense. I'm lucky. But you got to tend to the fire, So on that note, I'm going to sing it up. Listen, Mercury Sun conjunction today. I just wanted to check in and say hello, announce my Twin15 code. We are basically hitting June 1st on Sunday. So, YouTube today now gives you the option. If I'm live streaming on my big streams, they're doing in-stream ads. So if I wanted to, and I'm not going to do this, but they got it now. It's pretty wild. Anyway, thanks for everybody for joining. June 1st is Sunday. I'd like to talk about it, do a forecast for next week. So whether I do a live stream this weekend or I come across and do a quick video, I'm going to try to do it. I didn't even get to do a Saturn and Aries video. Maybe I'll get to that. Jupiter and Cancer's coming. But yeah, again, I'm also getting psyched for Venus to get into to Taurus. Thank you. Wake me from this. Love the no ads and avocados. That's a good way to end the stream. To sum it up, happy Mercury Kazemi Day. Code is Twin15 if you want to book a session. Go watch the Pee-wee documentary on HBO Max. I'm going to put up a short story here on YouTube that was on my Instagram about Pee-wee's chart with no birth time. It's pretty amazing when you watch the documentary and look at his moon and Mars placements and everything else. I'm going to rest up the voice now and take care of myself. I'll try to bust out another video this weekend for next week and all of that. Happy birthdays to the Geminis, and thanks for jumping in here on my afternoon. All right. Cheers, everyone. And thanks for the donations and figuring it out. I think I dropped a lot of info. My goal was to drop a lot of info on here, and I did. I dropped 2 books. None of this is planned. I dropped 2 books. We mentioned some websites. We talked about asteroids. I told you guys, like I always do, not to do the type of astrology that's based on fear and these posts that are like dissing on planetary placements. What else did I do today? I think I covered it all that I wanted to do, you know. So cheers. On that note, I'm gonna go try to unclog my sinuses. I'll see you later, okay? Bye.